Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to a fresh edition of Your Image. Thanks for keeping it locked on the People's Telly, OGTV. My name is Dari Folarin. Today, we are going to be looking at a very germane issue, that is the issue of fatherhood as a public relations metaphor. And to help unpack this topic, I have with me a father and a birthday boy who recently celebrated his birthday yesterday, Comrade Kule Shojiko. Kule, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Also, we have with us a mother, a she for he, somebody who supports fathers generally, Mrs. Iyabode Oniide. Thank you for calling us to the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's start this way. Kule, how do we define fatherhood? Given the public relations background, you know.
Thank you so much. Well, simply put, fatherhood is all about protection. Fatherhood is all about building. Fatherhood is all about molding. Fatherhood is all about ensuring that there is discipline. Fatherhood it's all encompassing. As a father, you are not just to be like a source of creating fear. You are to be a source of communication. You communicate. Now, bringing PR into it now, you understand that your major role is to ensure that you nurture a family that understands the society, that can conform in terms of good virtues, transferring what you're doing from home to the society. Because when you build a home that there is discipline, there is security, because it is your duty to also ensure that there is security in your home. So when you are able to provide all these and perform all these tasks, then you can call yourself a father.
Amazing.
If you cannot perform all these, then you are not a father.
Amazing.
That's what fatherhood is
well,
about.
Then you are not a father. Mrs. Oniide, fatherhood is not usually celebrated. You know, we have Mother's Days like 5 times in a year. But this once, you know, that Sunday, we celebrated fatherhood. What's your impression about it generally?
Thank you very much. Fortunately, last Sunday, I think fathers were well celebrated all over the world. In fact, where I was on Sunday, someone had to kneel down to greet all the fathers. So I want the fathers to see that we really love them, and it's not that we are underestimating them.
Okay.
There is no way we can. A woman cannot do everything by herself. But a father's support and love is more important. And I see fatherhood as a lifelong thing, including motherhood. Both of them are lifelong, because you are giving birth to a child. You are giving birth, you know, the process is so long, and not only your child alone, you can adopt your children, some children, and you are still going to show them that love to bring them to the kind of adulthood you expect, that in future they too will be able to replicate that anyway.
Okay.
And I see that fathers are so much, I can't call you beautiful, you are loving, so much loving. I love fathers so much.
That's great.
I love what they do. I love how they care for their homes, you know. It is a mother that does not feel that will say otherwise.
Okay, well, Kule, the country is the way it is. You know, we know that families make up the society.
Sure.
What's your advice to fathers generally who may be looking at you or watching you now? What's your advice on how to improve their roles in society?
Well, it's
to make the society better.
Yeah, it's very simple. If we look back to the days of our fathers, you know, I'm talking about our fathers who embraced our tradition. They would tell us that if you cannot add to their names, you know, the family name, just leave it the way you met it. Meaning that they cherished good name. Now, it's not for you as a father to prioritize wealth, you know, because that is where we have gotten it wrong. Because even the Bible said that what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul. So meaning that yes, wealth is important. We need money to build home, but a good name surpasses whatever wealth will provide you, because when you have good name, then wealth will follow. Okay. So as a father, we should prioritize, you know, ensuring that we build a home that we can be proud of, even when we are no more. That wherever we are, we will look back and okay, that is my family.
Build a legacy.
A legacy, because that family, the children will contribute positively to the society. It starts from home. Then from home, it gets to schools. From schools, it gets to communities. From community, it goes like that. I've said it, to build a nation.
Okay.
Everything starts from that. Our mothers too also taught us. They taught us charity begins from home.
Right.
Exactly.
So as a father, it is our duty to work hand in hand with our mothers to ensure that we mold a very good, very good children.
Yeah, Mrs. Onyide, we are here. Paint for us the picture of an ideal father. An ideal father. What are the qualities that an ideal father should have so that we can all work towards it?
Ideal father is that person that will come back from work, will meet a very healthy home, will meet a very loving wife, will see the children in peace. You know, everything together. A father wants to meet a home that is peaceful. A home that does not have peace will not make the man to be man. So mothers, is the duty of the mothers to keep a peaceful home, not a nagging home. And a father that is coming from work with happiness, of course, that happiness will be dampened when you get to the home and everything is scattered. And a father is more protective because he doesn't want people to see him as a very hard or harsh father, you know.
Really?
Yes. He doesn't want people to see him as very harsh.
Okay.
Some may be, and they are doing it because they want the children to learn. But these days we have modern fatherhood.
Modern fatherhood.
And modern fatherhood.
Right.
And I think it shows more brighter home than what it used to be.
Okay, I'll come to you now. One analogy people usually say is that the father is the head and the mother is the neck. And in the head we have eyes, which symbolizes vision. We have the ear, we have the nose, we have the mouth. So what in this analogy, the roles of fathers, so how can better perform?
While she was talking, something dropped on my mind that a father, an ideal father, connecting with what I have just said now, should be somebody that has what we call wisdom. He should be able to diffuse. He should be able to understand. He should be able to be firm. You know, to be firm is different from turning yourself to a tyrant. You understand? Firmness is discipline, is different from recklessness. So a father should be able to lay good examples. Not a father that will come home drunk. Not a father that does not understand how to dress. You know, because we know that it is the way that you dress that you'll be addressed. So all these things are supposed to come from home, and fathers are supposed to champion it. Now, mothers are doing well. They are doing greatly. But one thing is that without a father, it's always difficult for a mother to handle it all. Because now having a father who happens to be the crown, you said the father, the head, you have the eyes, that means you must be able to understand when something is going on with your son or your daughter. You must be able to know the character, the person. If you are asked that, if my son is asked this question, what would be his response? You should be as smart as that. You should know that if you ask my son this question, this will be his response. That means you are able to read. So when something is going wrong with your daughter from school and she doesn't want to talk, mere seeing her, a smart father, a real father will know that this is not my daughter. And you are able to call her on time to know what the problem is, and you are able to address it. You are going to be proactive so that you address issues before they get out of hand. That is what a real father should be. Your eyes, your ears must be opened. Their phones and everything, the way they talk, the way they look, at some point when they begin to use some slangs that are not common in your home, you should be able to know that peer influence is setting in.
Environmental scandals.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mrs. Onyide, tell us, give us tips as fathers now, how we can make our homes better and the society, generally better. Give us tips from a mother's view.
Thank you. Love is number one.
Love.
Yes. Both partners should be able to love themselves. Where you love yourselves, there won't be problem. Father will be at peace, the mother will be at peace. And you know, most of the time our men feel that, well, not that, they go out to get money to take care of us. Seriously, and I appreciate fathers for that anyway. So, love, communication. Where you communicate all the time, nothing must, I am saying this, that nothing must be wrong with your communication in the home. Because when we communicate all the time, we'll be able to tell ourselves those things that we need. We must not build our home on lies. The homes that are built on lies will never survive. And the mother should not ignore the father. Both of us should work together to raise up our children. Because where a father is saying this and the mother is changing it, and don't mind him, it is whatever I tell you that you should take. No, that will not make the home to be peaceful.
Okay.
So we need a home, an ideal home, that everything is working together for good for the two of them.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. She referenced to truth, and we know public relations is about truth. Help us to emphasize this for fathers generally.
Well, yeah, it means that fathers should ensure that all the time they communicate their true feelings, their true conditions, their true situations. I was in a state, Ekiti State, at some point, and somebody jokingly said, there are a lot of widows. You know, all across, it's because a lot of fathers, maybe because of high blood pressure, they are no more, meaning that fathers keeps a lot of things and they don't discuss them. So part of being truthful is letting your family know what is going on with you at a point.
We should stop bottling it up.
Stop, you know, sometimes you should be able to chat with your children. That's what I do a lot. You know, yesterday something happened, something caught my hand, and my children were so smart to say, Daddy, what happened to your hand? You know, some fathers, they won't even know because they don't play with their kids. Talk to them, let them know how difficult it is to make money, let them know how you need to work hard, let them know how good it is to keep good characters, to attract you know, good recognition. Let them know a lot of things. Be truthful, don't lie. Some fathers will go and lie to their children that they came from very good home, from where they came from a village. You know, you're painting a wrong picture of your background to your children, trying to impress them. Then you are making them to be what they are not. You are building them to live fake lives, and that is what is affecting. That's what is affecting. So in PR, we don't even like fake news. We don't like anything fake in PR. PR is original. PR builds your image. PR ensures that you are disciplined. PR ensures that you are protected. It ensures that whatever name you have earned for yourself, it's well kept for decades, and there is no stain. PR is unique and sweet.
Okay, PR is very unique and sweet. So how do we inculcate good values, good moral values in our children, and what's the role of fathers in this inculcation of values?
Thank you. Like I have said, a father should be able to observe. You observe very well what you feel is wrong with the children, and you correct with love. Most of the time, the children will tell you that their father will not correct them in love, and so they want to go haywire. And sometimes I talk to some of our children that there is no point, because whatever you teach yourself now is what you will reap in future. But our fathers now, like I said, modern things are happening because you sit together, you understand what is wrong with this child. So you don't want to leave the thing for him or her alone to resolve by ourselves. So we should be able to resolve it together as a family, including the mother. You're not going to leave the mother to do, go and solve the problem with your daughter. You know, go and solve it with your son. You know, most of the time, those things make the children to run away. They don't want to listen to the father or the mother again, and they leave the home. But where there is good communication, where you recognize what, like he said, you recognize what is wrong with that child, and you are able to, you know, bring that child close to you, ask one-on-one. You are not going to discuss his issue or her issue with another person. Just talk to yourselves, and that child will be able to.
As we begin to coast home, let's look at the issue of planning. Public relations is analyzing trends and predicting consequences.
Yeah.
So fathers generally, in terms of planning, what do you have to say to our fathers?
Well, I have to just remind fathers that, of course, any father that fails to plan, will
planning to fail.
It's very important. Like, I met a father yesterday, and he said, Kunle, now I understand. Now I know what it takes to be a father. I said, can you explain? He said, my son just gained admission to school.
Wow.
Higher institution for that matter, and that he has emptied his account. Now he's feeling. So now we don't have to wait up until that time. We must start planning now. And how do you plan? It's good to enjoy life. It's good to have social whatever. But right now we need to look at it. How many children do I want to have? And at what level of education do I want to support them? When we talk about also handwork,
Right.
should I introduce them to vocations and all that? All these things must be on ground. At what level? And you go into cooperatives, you go into so many investments. I'm talking about safe ones. I'm not talking about this Ogundogoji and all that.
Okay.
Safe investment, not Ponzi scheme. Then you are able to get ready so that when it's time for them for you to, follow up all these responsibilities. You don't have to start running to go and beg anyone and be complaining. You give them the best of education, and then before you know it, you are home and dry.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Onide, quickly talk to us about mental health. How can fathers ensure that they are mentally stable? Very, very quickly as we begin to round up.
Thank you very much. These days, if you see the percentage of fathers that are depressed, you'll be surprised. And fortunately, we read the news, we hear news, we go on social media, and we don't want what has happened to this person to happen to us. So it is still the work of the mother,
Right.
or the role of the mother, to make sure that the husband is stable. When the husband is not stable, he will definitely be depressed, seriously, because most times they think, like we said, they bottle up some things. And where they don't speak, they don't, interact, their communication in the home is a little bit down. If you tell your wife what is going on, your wife will be able to give you, a good wife should be able to give the husband support mentally. You don't stress the man. That's what I say. You must not stress the man.
Right.
You must be able to take care of your man,
Right.
as he is taking care of you and thinking about the home and finances. So where there is lapses in those areas, the man will just go haywire like that, what is wrong with me? I'm not able to fend for my family.
So in terms of crisis, they should discuss.
Yes, they should discuss.
They should discuss.
And I don't want it to result to, depression.
Okay, what word of advice for deadbeat fathers who are not responsible? One word of advice for them.
Well, my advice for them is they are not ready to be responsible. They should hand over their families to people who are ready to take care of them. We don't
Like
need those
social work.
We don't need those kind of fathers. They are creating problems for the society. So they should go for sabbatical. Maybe they can go and reset and come back.
And on that note, we like to call it a wrap on your image for this week. Until I'd like to thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you, Kunle, for coming. Thank you. Until next week, when we come your way again with a fresh edition of the program, on behalf of the team, Aki Okudero, Bukola Olarinde, Dara Debimpe, this is yours sincerely, Dare Folarin, saying bye for now.